The Ryzen 6000 powered G15 laptops are now available, and I also have an update regarding the WVA panels later on in the video. So Dell is the first manufacturer to come out with these Ryzen 6000 powered laptops that are actually worth buying. I say this because there's also an HP Victus in this list, but don't go there. Have some standards. Now since it's Dell, a lot of new buyers are gonna just go with these laptops without proper research, and that's where I come in and recommend you not to buy one of these right now. But why? Because there are no performance reviews out, and if you didn't know, Ryzen 6000 CPUs only offer marginal performance gains over Ryzen 5000 series, and yet the price difference is huge.
Nice.
And Intel's 12th gen CPUs beat them in both single core and multi-core workloads. So whether it's gaming or productivity, if you want your money's worth, the best performance in your budget, Intel CPUs will give you the best value. And the only advantages these Ryzen 6000 CPUs will offer are better battery life and apparently a cheaper price, because right now the 12th gen G15 models have suddenly gone up by 10,000, which means a Ryzen laptop with the same specs will cost you less. Pretty convenient if you ask me. And I was casually checking out the gaming data of these two processors, and this is how both CPUs stack up against each other in gaming. Although I don't mind a little less performance from the 6600H, as it's nothing major, the real difference will be felt while doing core heavy workloads. The Core i5 will fare better than Ryzen 5 in productivity workloads due to its higher cores and thread count and superior single core performance. But if battery life is more important for you, then Ryzen 6000 stands unbeatable. Apart from the CPUs, all the other specs are the same, except the weaker MediaTek Wi-Fi card on the AMD models. As I've already stated in the last video, I'm not a big fan of this year's G15 lineup. Dell has kept a lot of crucial features locked away from us on both the Intel and AMD versions by limiting features like Thunderbolt 4 on Intel and offering just one M.2 slot for SSD despite having the place for a second one, and also not giving us the mux switch. Dell has sabotaged the appeal of the G15 series. The last year's version of G15 offered two M.2 slots, which was better, but apparently storage upgradability is for idiots. Deal with it. The 120Hz WVA display might also be a concern for some people, as it is not an IPS panel. There's a lot of confusion about the WVA panels, and in the last video I've mistakenly said that it was a VA panel because WVA but in truth it's actually a TN panel, and this is how Dell describes it. But what matters is that its quality is second only to IPS panels. It offers better contrast and deeper blacks, and I personally like it, but due to slower response times, gaming at high FPS may produce some ghosting, and you'll just have to deal with it. Click here to know more about the 2022 Dell G15 laptops. And if you want to support me, then don't subscribe. Instead, shop for anything from the links given in the description. That will really help me out and improve my content.